Man, I don't understand how you guys can stand sleeping here. Way too many rocks. Hello and good evening. My name is... Whoops, that's not it. Well, it's supposed to be. Hello and good evening. My name is... Man, this is troublesome. Hello and good evening. Christmas Eve, specifically. My name is Morganon, and I bid you all welcome back to the... gonna call it the semi-final... episode of Gothic II. Now, for those who didn't catch any of my posts on YouTube or on Twitter or Discord or wherever, I'm having issues with my PC at the moment, and I'm forced to record this bit on my laptop. Luckily, cloud saves carried over, and I was able to get everything kind of working as it's supposed to, but the problem is my laptop kind of sucks compared to the PC, so we're going to have some performance issues. Most of my settings that I did to really expand the view distance, I've had to rein in, stuff like that, but the game still kind of runs poorly as a result. I always tend to have issues with Gothic 2 on modern systems anyway, but regardless, to begin, I wanted to go over what's going to happen for the live stream, and I might end up making a second video for this anyway. But the live stream is going to occur on on New Year's Eve, which obviously is December 31st. Now, I think I'm going to begin at 10 o'clock a.m. That's Eastern Standard Time in the United States. So, I forget what that is. It'll be on the screen. Y'all can adjust for your own time zones. Trying to make a time that's fairly convenient for everybody, but I don't think anything's really going to be. But it also needs to be early enough for me because I'm going to have plans for New Year's Eve that take place in the evening. I need to make sure I have enough time to actually finish the game. So what that's going to entail is we're going to get as far as getting to the Isle of Eardwrath in this episode. And then we are going to pick up from there as we start the live stream. So that's going to happen on Twitch at the very least. What I'm going to try to do is find a way to stream to YouTube at the same time, because I know some people just don't like Twitch and don't have an account there and can't really do anything. And YouTube's not really that great for streaming, but there's a lot of people who simultaneously stream. And I'm sure it's not that hard to set up. I don't know what it's like performance-wise, but it dawned on me I might be able to configure something... Oh no, my buttons ain't right. Might be able to configure something that lets me stream from my laptop as well, which I think will be interesting. But that's something I'm going to still have to work out. So I will have more details once that's truly finalized. So just bear that in mind. As far as what we're doing today, again, apologies for the really shitty performance here. What we're doing today is taking care of some of the stuff in the Valley of Mines that I haven't finished. Now, I don't remember if we actually went through... cleared out all of the mine crawlers in this area. I think we did. Oh, there's a Dragoon Snapper. Wow, it is dark in here. My settings on this laptop are nothing like my settings on my PC, so... Good news is I have the video editing software and everything already on this laptop, and the fact that it's so portable means I can actually take care of that from the comfort of my couch instead of having to sit down here in the cold-ass basement while I edit it. I don't really plan there to be a whole lot of editing to do, but kind of depends. Hello. Kind of depends on how many jump cuts I gotta do. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else in here. It looks like a few things do respawn. Or not respawn, but spawn in. Man, what is up with the mouse sensitivity? I'm trying this with a new mouse. One of the things I did while I was trying to fix my PC, I just ended up replacing some... what do you call it? Some of the peripheral stuff, including the mouse. So it's actually a wireless Bluetooth-enabled mouse this time. Although this isn't doing Bluetooth, but whatever. Regardless, it may have some sensitivity issues because I didn't bother installing. This is a SteelSeries mouse. I didn't bother installing the SteelSeries desktop thingamajig. But anyway, so one of the things we've been avoiding is this tower here. This is Zardos' old tower. And believe it or not, there's still a lot of stuff to see here. And actually, one of the interesting things is that the Seekers, we'll find, have taken this tower over a bit. And one of the things I actually have never checked, and it's such an easy thing to do, I don't know why I haven't, is... God, the frame rate is really messing with my rhythm. Here I is. Good lord. Wow. There's some serious troubles here. Even the targeting is having a hell of a time. More importantly, I just can't seem to turn very well. You know, I thought things actually got better at lower frame rates, but this game feels so much more sluggish now. I wish there was... I mean, there kind of is more I can do. But since I edited a lot of settings in the config file, changing them in-game didn't really do a whole lot. Turn these down a bit, maybe that makes a difference. Game doesn't look good enough anyway. Good lord. So we're just going to have to deal with the fact that the performance in this video is going to suck. Luckily, the game's not too hard at this point. One of the things I'm surprised they never end up using was that plateau over there. Not in this game, nor in the first game did they ever really do much. And you know what? I never really look over here, so I don't remember what's over here. I see something shiny. A bow. A ring. Some wings. A bunch of arrows I'm not going to bother picking up. The ring would appear to be a ring of dexterity. Given that those are fairly mundane items, I guess they do kind of expect you to explore this area, but maybe not go in the tower, so I assume that the Seekers don't show up in Chapter 2. It makes sense, because they make their appearance in Chapter 3. But I kind of had in the back of my head that maybe this was supposed to be sort of a teaser for people who got adventurous. And maybe you find the Seekers for the first time here instead. Interesting. The Harpies are having a hell of a time in there. I think the Harpies actually try and fight... Yeah, they're trying to fight the damn goblin skeleton. Oh, God help me. So one of the unfortunate things is that since I can't use my PC right now, none of those parts are coming in until Monday after Christmas, unfortunately. So that's why I resorted to recording this now, so that I could have this ready to go a week ahead of the planned live stream. But one of the unfortunate things is that I don't have the notes I was preparing for this episode, but this is basically just a mop-up episode to try and take care of stuff that I haven't finished yet. Right, left, right. And mostly that's just going to be looking over some of the stuff out here. I believe I already may have gone around the castle, started wiping out all the orcs. So they're actually not that hard to deal with once we have Fire Rain. And if you want, you can also get Army of Darkness to help out, but I think those are generally less effective because fire rain will kill them too, so that doesn't help too much. Oh yeah, we got the whole damn Thieves Guild to finish up. That's one of the things I gotta do. Actually, I was trying to advance dexterity by quite a lot, but we're basically out of kings. I got 3 of them, but learning... I want to learn as much dexterity as possible, but then we start making potions. I just don't have... At most, I can get 18 dexterity because of the 3 king sorrels I have, and then munch on the rest of these that I haven't used. It's another 10. We have artifacts like these that can help. Basically, I don't think I actually need any of that, because I keep mistakenly believing that we need to pickpocket a bunch of people for the Blood Chalices quest, which I believe we only need to pickpocket 1 person. It's a bit overkill for these assholes. You're gonna want to make sure you stand back a bit of a ways, because this demon does like to punch through the doorway there. Bit of a cheating asshole. God, the performance is dreadful. Basically, the problem I'm having with my PC is that it keeps randomly powering itself off, and it's done it on stream a number of times. And my first instinct was to replace the power supply, figuring that was probably the root of my issues, but doing that didn't seem to help. I just have a better power supply now. So essentially I just decided it's time to upgrade everything that I haven't upgraded since I built the PC back in 2015. And that includes, at this point, just the motherboard and processor. So I ordered those and found out the motherboard that I ordered isn't even in production anymore, so they basically had to dig it up somewhere and ship it from Hong Kong. So that's why it's taken like 3 weeks to get here. Man, I forgot about the bed here. None of this resembles Zardos' actual tower, which is interesting. Because, as you probably know, there's no stairwell to get up here.
Nothing to be had
So,
there.
These Seekers, I guess, couldn't figure out the teleportation technology and built a stairwell to get themselves up here. This is one of those, like, silly continuity errors that, like, they wanted you to be able to visit this for the throwback purposes. And obviously it didn't make sense. There is a teleporter rune here, but it's all the way at the top. It's kind of silly that you have it. God, just turning is so bad when the frame rate is this low. Hello. God. Sneaky bastard. Oh, skeletons. Wow, how's he still hitting me? Yeah, the Seeker's pathfinding here gets real silly, which makes him start climbing up on top of the tower and stuff. It can hit you in weird places. It also sometimes results in them just falling to their deaths. Man, I am really spoiled on how much better the game controls in higher frame rates. It's just a shame that a lot of the physics and collision stuff is so much worse. What does it say? Hang on, my dog's up to something. What are you doing? Hang on, what are you chewing on? Do not chew on this. You fucking dick. Alright, sorry about that. I don't remember if I had a train of thought going there, but let's see what we got here. So all that gets us, I think we got another fear rune. And we got a runestone to teleport to this tower. Ancient Demon Tower, it's called. Which is a bit odd, because the implication in the last game is that it's a tower that Zardos built. But maybe he didn't build it. It was here before. And once the earthquake that he mentioned in the last game sunk his original tower, he just came and squatted here. There isn't a whole lot to see in there. I might have even missed something, but honestly, we're at the point where we're not going to find anything that matters. The next thing to look at, really, is, well, what I just mentioned, Xardas's old tower. Are you still eating that? What the fuck is wrong with you? You're not supposed to enjoy that. That's what the spray is for. Sorry I keep getting distracted, but my dog has a tendency to behave like an asshole when he hears me talking and knows I'm distracted either on a phone call or on this. And he's gotten to obsessively chewing on something in the room. Which I bought this spray that's supposed to make stuff taste like really bitter and terrible. And it's supposed to stop dogs from chewing on it. But after I sprayed it, like absolutely covered in that stuff, I looked over just a second ago and he's literally licking it off of the thing. So apparently it doesn't affect him. So he's just being a massive dick. Oh, so I haven't killed these assholes. I don't remember what we have that can kill a stone golem. A Stein golem. Oh, that reminds me of something else we haven't done. Shit. That's gonna be a problem. This is gonna be a long episode just because I don't remember what we need to do. What the hell was that? That doesn't work? It kinda works. I'm not sure we got enough now. What? Alright, that'll do. Yeah, see, that's what I hate. Look how bad the render distance is. I'm absolutely spoiled. The problem is this game has just never done it well. And games of this time never really did it well. Because it literally fades and you just see the sky in the background. That looks terrible. Having an actual fog effect would be one thing. But instead you just see the skybox behind it all. And that really upsets me. So Xardas's old tower looks much the same. But the interesting thing that we'll find is that inexplicably there's no longer a tunnel we can swim through on the inside of it. What there is a treasure chest and a skeleton of someone who presumably brought it here. Two treasure chests, in fact. Left, right, left, right, left, right. Eh, nothing really worth it. Holy water and a bunch of nonsense. Wow. Interesting. We got fish. Lurker's eating a dead dragon hunter there. How exactly does he eat him? How's he getting... I guess he was eating his head. Surely a lurker bite can't really get through that armor that effectively. But, anyway. So we're at the point where if I was smart, I would have effectively planned out how I wanted to spend the rest of my learning points. We may have gotten more mana than I really intended. So I think 300 was kind of my target, and I ended up blowing past that quite a bit. It is convenient having a large mana pool for when we're fighting a lot of enemies later. But we also have the wombo combo of spells and speed potions.
For Inos.
That allow you to effectively do hit and runs. Get away from the enemies, restore your mana, and then get back into action. So I think all the mopping up out here and power leveling and stuff is something I'm actually going to do off screen if I haven't already done it. I think I might have. So I don't see many orcs about. That would explain why I have so many learning points right now. But one of the things out here, that's kind of the... I was going to say the elephant in the room, but then that reminded me of something else I need to bring up. Well, yeah, basically the elephant in the room is this big old wall here, this big, ridiculous, impractical palisade that the orcs have built. With the view distance unlocked, we kind of got glimpses behind it, and that kind of spoiled the surprise, but one of the things is there's actually sort of a way to get over it. Obviously not intended once you see what's behind it, but I can never remember how I used to do it, and playing with improved frame rates messes with the climbing. That can make it difficult to pull off. But basically, you kind of got to find the spots where you can grab onto these cross beams in a way. And you can get up and over. But the alternative is basically cheating your way over there, since none of it's what we're meant to find anyway. Good boingus. Truth be told, I never really try to do this properly anymore. So if you want, you can find your way up and over. Maybe I'll look up how to do it properly and kind of show it in a post-recording thing, but for now, we cheat. What you'll find is a lot of landscape resembling what used to be here. This was in the forest, kind of in the path between the swamp camp and the old monastery, which is over there. This was, I think there were some shadow beasts napping around here. But essentially, the whole area out here is very underdeveloped now, because it was not in-game and they never really did anything with it. But they were not wholly under the illusion that you would never find a way out here and break the theme of the game. So they threw in a little surprise for you and your wondering eyes. Oh man, okay man, you made it behind the Great Orc Wall. As you see, the story of the orcish hordes behind this wall is a complete fake. There is nothing more to find here. This place is abandoned and it's the end of the world. But me, a mighty alien dwarf, which not depends to this game story, and which name is not of public interest here, wanted to warn you. You have been tricked to believe a story which is not true. They want to get you. Do not believe anything they say. Keep your eyes open. Signed, the mighty alien dwarf. So yeah, a little Easter egg here, and actually there's a hint of that in the graves around the mausoleum where we fought Shadow Lord Anubis. Is it Anubis or Anubis? I always forget. I spelled it wrong one way or another. But yeah, there was one of the gravestones was signed the mighty alien dwarf, and it's a little Easter egg. So basically, they knew you would they knew you would find a way out here. This was back when Piranha Bytes wasn't so afraid of you, sort of breaking their game and finding the bugs in it. One of the other things I want to show, I always forget precisely where it is. We've seen before the... Okay, so this was going down to the beach where the shipwreck was, where you find the fire lizards that you need to make the ulumulu. But like I said, every map in the game has a cave of death where it sends NPCs who leave that zone. And the one for the Valley of Mines is out here somewhere. It might be... Is it down there? This was the bridge across the monastery where... Oh god, I can't turn. Where we fought our way up with Gorn, and he wanted to check down in this ridge here. God, my voice today. Since I haven't been streaming much, my voice has not been getting much activity. And it's a little creaky. Why can't I get up? Oh no, it stuck me back out, you assholes. So I do find it interesting. I guess the reason why they got rid of so much of the stuff behind the wall is because with the native draw distances of the game, you never would have seen any of it, and it probably would have dragged down the performance. But it's always kind of like sad to me that you can't even find remnants of what used to be here. Sorry, I'm cheating a bit. So yeah, here's all our fellows. Everyone who's left. But this also kind of explains why when some of these characters die on this side of the wall, on this side of the barrier, not the barrier, the pass, they still show up on the other side. But Diego's the only one who really references that. Yeah, for those of you who are wondering, that's why you might notice the Gorn in Gothic 1 behaves differently depending on whether you're dealing with him in the overworld or in the free mine, because the one in the free mine is actually a totally separate NPC.
For in us.
One of the things I wanted to look at, and I've totally forgotten who said it to me, so give me a second while I look. I do not know how to pronounce your last name, but Andre told me apparently you can just bug the Paladin Parsival and actually get something else out of him. Well, he's not awake yet. We can cheat that a bit. Oh no. Oh, my god, it didn't crash. Forgive me if I'm abusing cheats a little bit here. Uh-oh. Hang on. Okay, OBS was not happy when I did that. I'm having to record this with OBS because... Oh man, it's still not happy. Oh, you know why? Because I accidentally put it in full screen. There we go.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, I'm having to do this with OBS because for some reason the GeForce experience does not work on my laptop.
And apart from that,
Leave.
I think I've been had. I did that like 30 times and nothing changed.
You have to feel sorry.
So I've been lied to. Anyway, what do we got going on? We'll be Oh Captain, My Captain. Blood Chalices, Seekers. So Seekers never change and never ends. Forged Mining Shares we gotta finish. Wolf can make me armor. I need a ship. Oh yeah, return to the tower. We can do that right quick. That's basically how we're gonna get the captain for the mage playthrough. So we're gonna use old Jorgen. So I'm gonna use the other two guilds to show off the two alternative captain options. I'm not sure why they really gave us three. Doesn't matter, but we know that Torloff's expectation before he agrees to be our captain is kind of ridiculous. Boot anyway. So what's I'm gonna do? We need some dexterity. But we also need to learn how to make dexterity potions. Might be able to learn that in the monastery.
Hey! I've come to get that ominous dragon egg potion.
Yes, I've just finished it. I haven't tested it, and I accept no responsibility. Do you hear?
Give it here already.
All right. Hopefully the stuff won't make your head explode.
Well, let's give it a shot. So, there's one of the mysterious occasions where we don't really know what's going to happen. So, you might want to save before drinking this. Not because it could actually make your head explode or anything, but what it does is it gives you free strength. So, if you didn't want to use that bonus yet, well,
Hey,
don't
you.
use it yet.
I tried out your dragon egg brew. Great stuff.
Very interesting. I absolutely must carry on my research.
Could you make me more of it?
Better if we try the whole thing again in a few weeks. Otherwise, you'll probably grow horns.
So when he says that, you actually don't get the chance to do it again. Not that we have any more dragon eggs to use, but...
Can I learn from you?
I shall instruct...
What, he starts from healing essence?
Could you brew me a...
Do you doubt my...
Fine.
Not so fast.
How much do you ask?
For the brewing itself, I...
Can he make them? No, he can't. Well, that's annoying. He says he can brew any potion. Alright, let's, I suppose I already learned how to make it. I don't remember what I did a few weeks ago. Who could teach it? I think only Constantino can teach Elixir of Strength. And he only teaches it if you learn some other things first, which is kind of annoying. It's causing a problem. I wanted to get more strength than one of my other characters, but... that be that way sometimes. Where is my land? Oh, there it is. I already had it equipped. Let's go check on Sagita.
What
So,
Alright, so we can learn it from you. We're gonna get 18 dexterity out of it, which is more than we'd get just using just learning it from a teacher. I really don't think we need a whole lot. Really, the reason that I've been holding off on turning in Salandril for the forged mining shares is that I thought he had a key to get one of the blood chalices, but apparently he actually doesn't. And the only way to get his key is to pick his pocket, and I don't remember how much we need to do that. Have I learned picking pockets? I have not, so that's another thing we gotta learn. And we can learn that from the Thieves Guild, as you might imagine. But I'm just going to demonstrate it. It would really be more valuable to demonstrate it on my actual high dexterity character, because that's what matters as far as your success chance in picking pockets. I believe I briefly went over it in the last video, and someone kind of more thoroughly explained the mechanics in the comments. Well, we'll go over that. First, let's learn it.
Have you got a job for me?
There is a thing I'd like to have, but I haven't found one so far.
What can I get you?
A sextant. Bring me a sextant. I'll pay you a good price for it.
I've got a sextant for you.
Incredible. You actually managed to find one. Here, you've really earned your pay.
I sure have, and that's quite a lot of money. So, Sextant, there's only one you can normally find in the game, and it's in the Fire Dragon's Horde, I believe? Maybe the Stone Dragon.
so now you belong to the Church of Innos. Fine. But you're still one of us. I hope you won't forget that.
I've forgotten.
Hey, you!
But the Night of the Raven expansion added one that I believe is in Greg's hut, so there's two ways to get it.
Can you teach me?
Sure, no problem.
Let's turn to pick a pocket
Show
or
me
two.
how to pick pockets.
If you want to empty somebody's pockets, distract him. Just start talking to him. While you're talking to him, size him up. Look out for bulging pockets, jewelry, or leather straps around the neck. And most of all, note how keen the fellow seems. Robbing a drunk day laborer is not the same as stealing from a watchful merchant. If you're too clumsy, of course, he'll smell a rat. So, above all, keep your cool.
It's interesting how Risen kind of played with this theme and actually made it work kind of as described. In this game, basically what they're saying is that picking pockets happens through
I want to
dialogue.
become more
Let's see what we got here. So we'll see how the mechanics work, but in essence, there's not really a good indication of whether or not
Hey,
you
you.
have the
I want to be.
whether or not you have a good chance of learning it. Oh shit! Did I fuck this up? Do I already have dexterity bonuses on? No. So why isn't it getting more expensive?
Hey, you.
Whatever, we'll roll with it.
I want.
Now it is. That's weird. Where does that put us? So we can get to 59.
Hey, you. About.
I can only say
I want to.
I think that'll be enough to do most of what we need. It's kind of a waste of learning points at this point, but there's really nothing else I'm going to do with them at this part of the game. I could get more mana, and that certainly wouldn't hurt. But I honestly don't feel like it. True min-maxers are slapping their foreheads in frustration right now, but I don't much care. I know there's a lot of people who don't like it. I mean, I've demonstrated that playing as a pure mage is kind of a fool's errand in this game. So we'll take that. We can get other dexterity shit. We've got 93 now with a +5 from the ring. We can get, I think, another 15 just from another ring and amulet. Probably 25 if we can find a belt floating around. I'm sure I've had them all at some point. Probably just sold them, so kind of a shame that I'd done that. So this is what you're gonna see. These dialogue options have been added to people's dialogues, and these, the clue is in how it's described. So it says easy to steal his potion. Easy is not actually the easiest chance you have. It's somewhere towards the bottom. And so that's what we get. You notice I got 50 experience for that. What happens, the more pockets you pick, regardless of difficulty, the greater the rewards start to become. So it's more a cumulative thing, where you get better rewards by picking more pockets. You don't get a better reward by picking a more difficult one. Simple, I think, is below easy on the difficulty, and I'm sure there's a chart out there somewhere that shows exactly when, exactly what dexterity represents each difficulty. The thing is, I don't believe that there's like a dice roll chance. Someone explained this, like I said in the last comments of the last video, and I've already forgotten, but it's not a chance. What happens is, when you're 10 dexterity short of when you are able to actually pick their pocket, that's when the option starts to show up in their dialogue. So it can be deceiving, since you're going to get the option before you're actually capable of it, and the option is not a hard numerical value. You can figure it out by just trying it, saving, trying, reloading, and figuring out what each term represents. So we're at the point with our 90 plus that risky is actually possible. The easiest difficulty is Child's Play. Then I think it's very easy, then simple. And then risky, I think, is somewhere just above that. Then it becomes difficult, very difficult, and damn difficult, and then near impossible. And it's just hard to tell, but in general, you can kind of tell by the person what kind of, I guess, position they seem to be in the world, in the town, in the society. We've never gone through all of Pablo's stuff. The guards that walk around town. I guess it's not really consistent, because you would think a guard would be attentive, but we just rob Pablo pretty easily. But the guards around town actually tend to have these, but not the nameless ones. They're pretty generic, but the tower keys you get from random NPCs, or random guards, named ones. So we're gonna go find those. As a mage, I don't think we're gonna have much difficulty robbing the places, but actually using the tower keys, if you were, say, a mercenary or dragon hunter, you're liable to be called out and invoke the wrath of the guards. So be mindful of that. We can do risky. I know that Peck has one. And I don't remember who has the one I'm actually looking for, because there's one thing I'm trying to do here. There's one specific tower that we want to get into, and I always forget who actually has the key. This fellow might have one. But each of the towers basically has one weapon or something like that that you can find. That's the only thing of any value in there. The one I want to find is actually this one here, which is often hard to notice. It's right behind Thorbin's house here. It looks like we got it. Hey, Joe.
Hey, thanks, man. I mean, thank you, really. And there I was, thinking I'd never get out of here.
What are you doing here?
I got locked in. The door was open, and all I wanted to do was have a little look-see. But as soon as I was inside, the guard came and locked the damn door. This is, somewhat embarrassing. I'd be very grateful if it could just remain between you and me.
I understand that wasn't exactly something to be proud of.
I think I need a drink now.
I think you need a drink? I think you, well, I was gonna say you probably need to take a piss first, but, maybe that's what that smell is. So you might recognize the name Joe as the person that, Hakon, the merchant, weapons merchant, was talking about, as one of the people he noticed disappeared. Apparently Joe was actually in the vanilla game, not with Night of the Raven, but the whole bit of Hakon talking about him was added in Night of the Raven to coincide with the missing people thing.
Hey, you!
Oh, you're not who I thought you were. No, I didn't mean to talk to him.
I heard that you were looking for people for your ship.
And?
I'm in.
Shit. When I ran in here and I saw him, I had a feeling that was going to happen. I don't actually want to talk to him yet. He's important for later. But we're going to wrap up all the crew members that we want later on. And that's when I wanted to talk to him.
Hey, what do you know? We have mutual friends. In that case, let me express my gratitude for being rescued. Here, take these lockpicks. I'm sure you'll find them useful.
Shame you couldn't use those while you were locked in the tower. But I guess maybe it doesn't unlock from the inside.
That's an open secret.
Nothing amazes me anymore.
Now, we might be in a bit of a pinch here, since we pissed off Lamar. Oh, what? Oh, right. We got his book, not his key. Book of Debts.
Some miserable pickpocket has stolen my ledger. You didn't have anything to do with this business, did you?
Me? No.
Yes, all right. Just get out of here. Leave me alone!
Yeah, he's not happy. It's funny how we can just take it from him. And he notices immediately. But doesn't actually suspect us. So Lamar's Book of Debts, we find that Thorbin, Corrigan, and Hannah all owe him money. Well, we already knew about Thorbin. He's kind of been hanging on to that as tight as he can. even though we gave him the money to pay his debts. He still hasn't gotten around to it, apparently.
I've got Lamar's ledger right here.
Where did you get that?
That shouldn't interest you so much as the fact that your name is in it.
Give it to me.
What will you give me then?
I have no money to spare and can give you nothing but my heartfelt gratitude.
Well, that's not worth it. So it's unfortunate that just talking to them about it forces you to give it to them. But the thing is...
Can you sell me?
If I have...
Obviously you get XP for it. And two of them, Thorben and Corrigan, are both merchants. So it actually gets added to their merchant inventory and you can buy it right back from them. Obviously that costs money, but essentially all you're doing is exchanging the money for the XP. Meanwhile, Hannah actually has a reward for it.
Look what I have here.
But this is Lamar's ledger. Well, what are you planning to do with that?
Here's the book.
Oh, thanks. You saved my butt. Lamar can get rather ugly. Here, take this as a reward. It's the very last drop.
And a delicious drop it is. So his reward is a second mug of that fancy beer. That we get an extra point of mana and hit a couple points of hit points. But he only ever has 2 mugfuls of it. And that's all we get out of him. So finally we can give it to Hannah. So do not give it to Hannah first. Since she doesn't have a merchant inventory, you cannot get it back from her without, I guess, beating her up for it.
Look what book I have here.
Lamar's ledger. How did you get hold of that?
Well...
If Lamar doesn't have it anymore, that's a good thing. But I'd rather have it myself.
Here, take the book.
Thanks. Take this as a reward.
What is this you've given me?
It is a key to the Gate of Wealth.
Fascinating. Yoink. So her being associated with the Thieves Guild, you think they would be able to do something for her debt with Lamar. But I guess not. So what she gave us is a leather satchel, a unique one. Hannah gave it to me. A small key and some lockpicks. So we're actually gonna need that key for something I don't remember if we've actually gotten to yet. I don't believe we have, because it's the kind of thing I would want to do all at once. But why don't we head out that ways? No, let's finish up the blood chalices first. God damn, I'm just brain fart city today. So the best time to go around thieving is midnight, as you can probably imagine. Let me turn up the brightness on my laptop, for goodness sake. I can barely see a damn thing. I believe we heard from Ramirez. Oh, I just realized we made this much more difficult by doing it at this hour. Or at this point in the game. Because all these paladins are here. I don't know, do they give us shit if we're a mage and we start walking into strange houses? Nope, they don't seem to care. But the guards up here do. And we have been told a certain guard up here can be paid off to become less of a nuisance. Not you. Unfortunately, you are actually kind of in the way. But let's deal with Salandril while we're here. We can easily steal his key.
You go to the monastery now to be judged.
What? Have you gone off your rocker? Like hell I will. Those miserable magicians don't have the slightest proof against me.
And what about those fake ore mining shares you huckstered all over the country? They bear your signature. You're guilty.
What? I'll drag you through town by your collar like a filthy rag.
Oh, will you? Oh god. I forgot my controls aren't set up the normal way. Whatever. You can barely put a scratch on us. Yoink.
Nothing there.
So once he gets up, we can basically tell him off, but that's why I did not want to deal with that just yet, because once that happens, I mean, you can beat him up and then hold off, but once you send him to the monastery, you can't get his key
We'll see
anymore.
the next time. All right, you're the better fighter. What do you want?
So, are you going to the monastery now, or should I give you another...
You'll live to regret this. Yes, damn it. I'll go to that monastery, but don't you think you'll get away with this?
Oh, I don't think. I know.
Beat it!
Beat it. Just beat it. So I want him to leave, just so we can finish looting in there. And one of the things you're gonna find is that a lot of these houses up here have some secret alcoves. Now, you might think, because of the way we've been finding in all these videos, that there are fake windows everywhere. That doesn't really mean much, but where you actually see parts of the architecture that don't line up, for example, there's a wall there despite that window jutting out, that actually does indicate something. So what you gotta do is look around for switches like this, and they can be hidden quite sneakily in this upper quarter of town. So yes, he does not actually have a blood chalice like I thought he did. The question is this guard going to give a shit? He's not. As you probably remember, strafing is equivalent to sneaking in this game, for some strange reason. So we can just strafe around the house at full speed, not really worry about anything. But these guys do have a blood chalice. I believe it's in the chest between their bed. Interesting how these two citizens are
I'll never get this open
rooming
without
together.
the right key.
Who would have that key? Who the hell would have that key? I don't think you can pickpocket nameless citizens. Huh. Who the hell has that key? Uh-oh, changing the watch. So I'm not fussed about whatever else is in here. We're just gonna finish up the quest. This is Lutero's house. Grab the silver chalice, but what you're gonna find, there's note of debenture. Actually gives us a clue. For payment of outstanding debts, a pawned item shall be accepted whose value equals that of the debts. Pawned, a decorated gold chalice of the Blood Chalice Collection. Signed, Lutero Merchant, Lamar Pawnbroker. Man, even an upper town merchant, high society man, is in debt to a scummy gutter moneylender. So, the deal with Wombo...
I come from our mutual friend Ramirez.
Oh? That Ramirez is a little rat, and he's no friend of mine. Never mind. Did you bring me anything?
That depends on what it is you want.
Okay, I'll tell you how it works. You pay 250 gold pieces, then I won't be here at night. If you're too conspicuous and I happen to be in the area, the deal is off.
So if you want to, you can do that. You'll pay him and he'll go down and hang out in Corrigan's tavern at night. So he'll still be here during the day. That's just what you gotta deal with. But since we've already done that bit in that part of town, and none of the guards seem to pay attention to us anyway, there's no real sense in doing it. So instead, I'm gonna try and find the rest of these. But I don't know who the hell has that key that I need. So the issue with a lot of these is you do need to steal the keys. This conspicuous coat of arms here is actually the switch to unlock the judge's secret alcove here.
I'll never get this open without the right key.
He also requires a key, and that key I think is on his person. And yoinka. So yeah, the pickpocketing is a little bit funky in these games just because it happens in dialogue and there's no real minigame to it. First of all, I want to make sure it goes back to sleep because he might actually, through mysterious psychic powers, be able to tell that we're looting it while he's awake. So there's one. So up here are actually the bunks of the paladins. If you want, you can loot this as well. A lot of them are sleeping up here, but I don't think they'll bother us too much.
I'll never get this open without the right key.
Someone has that key, but I believe that key is actually in here. No idea who the citizen is. Now here's a real interesting thing. That button actually just opens up this, or moves this bookshelf aside, where you get a scroll, which is actually a scroll of Oblivion. I'm not sure how he managed to hide one of those away, since that scroll was supposedly just developed by Ignaz. So there's the key. Interesting that a key is behind another locked chest. And there's no blood chalice here, so that was a waste of time. I believe there's one in here, but I seem to be mistaken quite frequently. One of the things, too, that's interesting is that I'm pretty sure NPCs can wake up to the sound of you breaking a lockpick. I haven't really proven that, but it's happened to me a couple times. Somebody might be able to tell exactly how that works. Now, what I'm really interested in here... Otis, knock it off. Is... Oh, Valentino's not here. Please grab. Thank you. So that lantern there is how you open up his secret area. And his secret area has a dude that's been locked in here. Just kind of spooky. Gives me some what you call it? Cask of Amontillado vibes. That he hid one of his great rivals in there. And he starved to death. But in order to open that, I believe you need the key that you get from beating up Valentino. Next we have Fernando's place. His, I believe, is quite simple. Yeah, his is right on top. Nope, that's not it. Does he also have a secret area? I can't believe I've forgotten all this, but it's been so long since I actually done the blood chalices. That's not it. Chest here. Left, right, right, left, right. Nope, not in here. What am I forgetting? There's definitely one in the house of the 2 generic merchants. I know there's some in the governor's house, but we've only found 2 of them so far. I suppose Gerbrant might have had one. So this is what happens when I lose my notes. Right, 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 left, right, right, left, right, left, right, 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 left, right. Oh my god. Right, right, left, right, right, left. There's one. Alright. We got 3. We know Lamar has one. We can get that pretty easily. I know that there's one in the governor's house, so we know where the last one is. I just can't remember how to get the key for it. There it is. If you want, you can grab all the other gold and silver around here. I don't believe he has another one. No, we know where they all are now. Trouble is just gonna be figuring out how I get that one with those merchants. Oh god, the frame rate. What happens if we wake them up? Do they yell at me?
You have no business being here. Hey, you're not quite as stupid as you look.
Why don't you come and stop me?
You have no business being here.
See? That wasn't so hard.
Who the hell would have it? That's selling drills. I don't know how I end up in there. You know, maybe the key's in the house somewhere. I think it is. I think it's on the mantle. Is that it? Yes, it is. That's why I always have difficulty with it. You kind of have to stand on the firewood logs there to grab it. There we go. And yeah, so I guess if you're a mage, there's no point in paying Wombo because he ignores you anyway, since the guards don't attack mages. Which means the last bit of business is getting the one from Lamar. So back to the Harbor. And the trick with him is we can't steal his from pickpocketing because we get his book instead. Which means we have to beat him up in order to get his. I can't remember, have I already done that? No. She hasn't attacked us. Oh, no, his is left, right, right, left, right. And we're just robbing this dude blind today. Putting him straight out of business. But he is a sleazy loan shark, so I suppose it's worth it. Alright, so we got all the blood chalices. We can now, well, deliver them to Cassia.
That was quite obvious.
Really, how interesting.
Oh, I haven't done the super lock yet, have I?
That was quite obvious.
That'll be fun.
Is it really true?
I've got the goods.
About the blood chalices, I've got all 6 chalices now.
Good work. I found a buyer in the meantime. You can have your reward now. Thanks for doing that for me. There's nothing else I have to do for you, but you can learn from me at any time. What's more, there's enough on this island just waiting for a taker.
Damn difficult.
I've come to pick up my reward.
What's your choice?
Ring of Life Force, looks as healing, pieces of gold. Might as well take these.
Give me the potions.
And that's it. That's all we get. Let's make it daytime, not that it makes it any brighter down here. Let's talk with Jasper about that door that we couldn't get through before.
Hey, you! What's behind that locked door?
Behind that is the chest. The chest of the master lockpicker. Fingers.
Fingers?
He put such an unbelievably complicated lock on it that, till now, no one has been able to open it. Unfortunately, he got nabbed. They tossed him through the barrier, where he probably died. But if you want to try opening the chest, here's the key to the room.
Oh, we'll give it a shot. So I'm sure we all remember Fingers. He was a shadow in the old camp who would only vouch for us if we learned a thief skill. Apparently he was quite a legend in town, but didn't save him from the barrier. And he never really got much done in there. So this chest over here, this has the longest combination of any pickable lock in the game. But it's the same every time, so you can kind of memorize it, and I mostly have. See if I can do it without breaking one. Well, I already failed it, because it starts with rights, not lefts. Right, 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 left, right, 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 left, right, left, right, left, right, right, left, 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 right, right, left. Nailed it! I've done that so many times, I've basically got it almost muscle memory now. I used to actually write it down as I went through. And then at some point I realized you could just look up a walkthrough that would tell you how to do it. But at this point, as long as I remember where to start, apparently I can figure it out. But that's that.
Hey, you! I managed to open the chest.
That's impossible. It looks like we've got a new master lockpicker. Congratulations on this accomplishment.
Why, thank you. So unfortunately that's about it for the Thieves Guild. The last thing we can do is chase down Hannah's lead. Now all we know, she doesn't give us any kind of clue, which is unfortunate, so you have to remember everything when you want to put this together, or just look up a guide that tells you exactly what her key actually unlocks. The other thing to recall is that the thieves, Ramirez and Cassia, basically said they don't keep any of their treasure in the hideout because it would make it too accessible. So what they've actually done is they've hidden it offshore on this conspicuous island just off the coast. So let's head over there. Why do you keep diving? I'm not asking you to do that. Oh, it's because of the damn trackpad on my laptop. Keep tapping it. So we head around the right side. We can get on the sandy shore. I believe we have already been here. So I showed some stuff. I remember getting the stone tablet. Oh no, we haven't. That must have been on my other playthroughs. So yeah, this island is populated with lizards. You come around the opposite side from the harbor. Good lord, the targeting. Then you'll find behind all this foliage is a cave. The thing to watch out for here is, well, you might have just heard it. You'll see that this lizard tries to walk this way, even though he's nowhere near it. There's this very conspicuous spike trap. There's a few ways to get around this. You can actually just walk around the side and not get touched by it. Not that side. I think you can just walk around this side. Nope. Wow. That was weird. Can't sneak over it, can you? Nah. Well, there's ways to cheese it, but honestly, the simplest solution is just pull on this here, which deactivates it. And the middle chest here is actually what gets opened by the key that Hannah gave you. And it only gets opened by that. Right, left, left, right, 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 left. Right, left, left, right, 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 left. Same combo. Okay, so both of these chests, actually this is the much more valuable one. The one in the middle only had 100 gold. That one there had quite a bit more. But yes, in spite of everything, you can only collect a minimum amount of stuff here. And that, my friends, is the great treasure of the Thieves' Guild of Khorinis. And that's it. We have basically nothing else to do with them, other than occasionally turning stuff into, say, this guy. Forgot his name, Halvor.
For all your stuff at 900 and...
That's quite a lot of money.
All right, so we've made...
So, is that everything? Oh, we haven't done that. Well, we did it with, one of the other guilds. So I suppose I don't need to. I've already shown you how to do that. Zardos' Tower. I guess let's take care of that. And that will kickstart our completion of getting our crew together. Now, the bandits in Jack's lighthouse, I'm going to show that because Jack is actually one of the other options for a captain. So we can get him on board by doing his quest. Which I've already done with the other one, so I guess that kind of... I can't show it with them.
I found out where the enemy is hiding.
Don't ask me why, but I feel like I should go with you.
What do you mean by that?
I can't explain it. But I know that I'll only learn the answer if I come along with you.
Then come with me and get your answers. I'll meet you at the harbor. I'll go down there once I'm ready.
Hurry up. Our time is short.
I'm the one who decides how much time we got. So we can wipe this whole place out pretty quick. I don't remember how effective Fire Rain is on the demons. Guess we'll find out. Alright, it's just a double tap. So he's got, I think, like a half dozen demons in here. Nothing too crazy. At least one of them is a demon lord. I'm pretty sure it's just the one at the apex. Otis, knock it off. We got one of them there. I'm not sure why the music is all funky.
Nothing there. Nothing to plunder.
Hello, sir. Wow. He takes quite a lot of these. Well, then we just spam them. You son of a bitch. There we go. So that's done. Oh god, what the hell? So smoky. Alright, so let's get to the monastery. And we could get old Jorgen on our side.
Beat it! 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 Beat it!
The thing with Zardis's tower has resolved itself.
So, what was going on? No, wait. I do not even want to know. If you still want Jorgen, then go ahead and take him on your journey. May Enos protect you.
Finally. I don't know why your mundane problems have to take precedent over saving the world.
I know who brought those mining shares into circulation. Salandril did, the alchemist from the upper quarter of town.
Then bring him here. We have things to discuss with him.
He is here.
Salandril is here in the monastery.
Well done. We shall deal with him later.
Is there anything else you want to tell me?
No, not at the moment, brother.
Very good. And we are done here.
Beat it!
Let's enlist Jorgen. You can finally get some planks beneath your feet again.
I took care of your bill. You're free.
Really? How'd you manage that?
You don't want to know.
Oh, well, not that I really care. Thanks a million again. Now, what about your offer? Can I still sign on with you?
Be my captain.
I feel honored. But do you even have a ship and a crew? I should say we'll need 5 men at least.
Good. I'll see what I can do. Wait for me at the harbor.
Aye, aye, sir.
Oh, you can get 5 men, no problem. There's one thing I'm good at, it's accumulating men. So we're gonna want Gorn and Lee, I guess. We can get Bennett as a smith. But that's not gonna do us personally a whole lot of good, but, well, it only makes sense. So the trouble is there's more people you can get on this crew than you are actually allowed to have at once.
I could use you and your axe.
Well, I'm not surprised. What can I do for you?
Would you sail to an island with me and kick some enemy butt?
Sure, right away. Just tell me what to do.
Come aboard with me. Wait for me at the harbor.
A ship? Ha!
Ah.
I can say one thing for you. It's never boring with you. See you soon.
Damn right it ain't. Might as well steal your child's play purse.
Wait a minute.
So if we were worried about XP at this point, we can easily just go around pickpocketing everybody and get a lot of XP for that. But at this point, I'm not sure you even get enough for an entire level. So I'm not going to bother.
Do you have an idea how I could take over the Paladin ship?
Do you think I'd still be here if I did? That thing is better guarded than the ore transports were in the old camp.
There must be a way to get on that ship.
Sure, getting on board is easy.
You just said it wasn't.
That isn't everything. To navigate the ship, you need a captain, a crew, and so on. There's a whole string of requirements involved.
Do you know anyone who can navigate the ship?
As far as I know, Torloff used to go to sea. He knows what's what.
Who should I hire as a crew?
You'll have to decide that for yourself, but I would only take people that I trust. Do you have enough people you can trust? If you need a smith in your crew, you should ask Bennett. He is certainly the best you'll find.
Would you accompany me on the ship?
Are you kidding? Of course I'm in. I have a few old scores to settle on the mainland. Besides, I could teach you one- and two-handed combat. I could be very useful to you.
Go pack your things then.
What? Right now?
Yes, I'm planning to get out of here, and if you want to join me, come down to the harbor. We'll meet at the ship.
I've waited a long time for this moment. I'll be there.
This is all just kind of playing into how sort of scrambled in like the themes that this game has all at the end here. Because Lee, if you're a mercenary, you can actually effectively get a pardon for him, but he refuses to accept it because he's too loyal to his men here. Yet here at the final chapter, he has absolutely no hesitation at abandoning them to go back to the mainland. And even though the mercenaries are not supposed to be seen anywhere near the town, they can walk right in there at this point, just for the sake of having them around the ship.
I need to go to an island. I could use a smith.
And so you thought of me?
Yes. What do you say? At any rate, that'd get you out of here.
Better than Onar's farm. Boy, even hell can't be that bad. Count me in.
Well, then why'd you sign up here?
Be my smith, then. See you at the harbor.
All right, see you later.
So we already heard from Torloff. We're not going to do what he wants us to do, but maybe as the Dragon Hunter we'll give that a shot.
Hey.
Interestingly, I think I already showed it, we can actually invite Raoul, but he'll turn us down. Not that I would actually bring him along with us. But nobody else here on the farm we can invite. We could have invited Wolf if we didn't get him the job on Bengar's farm. But I have to check and make sure that we actually already invited Angar. And we have not invited him, so let's invite him.
I'm gonna leave Khorinis. Would you like to join me?
The further I get from the Valley of Mines, the better. When do we go?
Go to the harbor, then. I'll meet you there later.
On my way.
Very good. Nobody else at the monastery, nobody else in the farms. We could go to the valley and actually invite Biff, but I'm not going to.
There's nothing you can do about it.
But like I said, the trouble is that there are more people we can invite than we can actually bring on the crew at once. It'll stop allowing you to take them at some point. But you might remember that fellow Mario in there. He's the last person we want to talk to, because he will put himself on the ship and take up a slot, but he does not... nothing stops him from joining your crew if it's already full. So you don't want him there, you don't want to invite him before you have everybody else. And everybody else, the last three we want to get are Diego, Vatras, and Lares, and I actually don't remember if we can get them all in the crew at the same time after we got everybody else. But let's get Diego a try. And Diego's got a funny thing going on when we invite him, if you do it a certain way. 60 hours, damn.
I'm going to leave Khorinis.
A wise decision. I wish I could come with you. This town has changed too fast. The times where you could get rich fast are over. I could instruct you in archery, lockpicking, and dexterity. Also, I'm sure you can use a decent thief.
Why don't you come with me? We'll meet at the harbor.
You're right. Khorinis is a dump. I'm coming with you. Wait, I'll be ready in a second.
So the interesting thing is that we get XP for inviting them, but then we can tell them, no, we don't need you, and they'll end up staying behind. So it's worth inviting everybody just to get all the XP, but not everyone gives it to you for some reason.
Ready. I'll see you at the ship.
Hold up 1 second.
You take care of the city.
Really? You don't need me anymore?
Otis, what the hell are you doing?
Oh, well. Don't forget to drop by when you're back in town.
You think we'll meet again?
I shall never forget the look on your face when you lay on the ground after Bullet knocked you down and we met for the first time. They can't get the better of someone like you. We shall meet again. Take care.
It's actually funny how sentimental he gets when you do that.
Come back. I want you to accompany me.
What has become of your determination, my friend? Sure, I'll go with you. Just make up your mind. Wait, I'll be ready in a second.
And he goes back in to get changed again, even though he's already in the outfit he needs. That's interesting. And unfortunately, we get stuck watching him all the way down there for some reason. He basically walks all the way down to where he, it's just, the way it follows him is hilarious. I think it gets stuck until he gets down to where he stands before you get him to Gerbrandt's house. Otis, stop messing around. Sorry, the dog's up to no good. Well, certainly knows how to make sure I don't change my mind again. So he actually tries to say something down there, but yeah, a lot of things get messed up there. For some reason, the point that gets told to walk back to is not out front of the house.
Where did you pick that up?
So we end up having to watch him walk all the way. Alright, so that's done. We won't need Vatras. I used to think Vatras also had the same thing where you could get him to join you even after your crew was full, but he actually won't come with you if you don't have a slot available. Oh yeah, we got all these.
Great! I shall increase your magical power.
So if you give him a bunch, I think more than 10 of the old stone tablets in one pile, he gives you mana instead of potions as a reward. We apparently missed one, because there's, I think, a total of... No, we must have missed a bunch. I think you can get a total of 28, but we gave 5 of them to Errol. But honestly, at this point we have more than enough mana, and I apologize I haven't shown where they all were, but it's easy enough to find maps that show you where they all are online. So...
The dragons will wreak no more havoc.
I knew that you would return safe and sound. However, you have yet to take your greatest hurdle.
I know.
Then equip yourself well, and come to me if you need help. Always carry the Eye of Innos with you, do you hear? Adanos bless you.
What do we need it for anymore? We dealt with all the dragons.
Thank you for helping to heal the Eye of Innos.
Do not be so lavish with your thanks. Your greatest task yet lies before you. I hope to see you again in one piece, my son.
I know where our enemy is located.
Then let us waste no time and seek him out before he comes to us.
You want to accompany me?
I have thought long about this, and have never been so sure of my business, my friend.
I consider it an honor to have you by my side. We'll meet you at the harbor.
Don't take too much time. The enemy does not sleep, my friend.
Listen, people. I am needed elsewhere. I do not know whether I shall return. If you want to know the ending, read up on the story in the scriptures. May Adanos be with you.
Yeah, none of them understand anything you're saying anyway. I forgot that we still need to do the Bandits and Jack's Lighthouse. And we're not going to do the crawler armor. Sorry for leaving that quest open, but I don't give a shit about it. So let's go deal with the Lighthouse Bandits real quick, just to finish that up. I really hope I don't miss anything, because I'm basically rushing to finish this now. This episode's run to 1 hour and 30 minutes now. I didn't really want it to be this long, but I knew I had to wrap everything up all in one shot here. So let's finish this up. We finish getting the crew together. And then we shall set sail. We shall aweigh anchor. Good thing is, Well, with Fuego Rain, these guys are not hard to deal with. Their arrows hurt quite a bit. So let's do a dash back here. Oh god. Alright, well, fire it off. Done and done. Good thing we don't set the lighthouse completely ablaze. God, the frame rate is so dreadful. Can't wait to get back and get my PC working again. Hopefully that doesn't jinx nothing. So you can go ahead and loot the place. Might as well take what is your due because Jack actually doesn't give us any reward for this. But it is, I suppose, the simplest way to get a captain for your crew. Alrighty. Let him know the good news. I actually want to head back up there because I saw an interesting pattern on the ceiling of the lighthouse.
The bandits that were occupying your lighthouse are gone.
Is that really true? Finally I can get back to my work. Come with me to the lighthouse. You get an incredible view of the sea up there.
Let's wait and see what happens.
So he just tells us to go visit him up there. I don't really much care. I'll just show him what he says. I'll just show you what he says. Good thing is, once he's off camera, he just teleports up here.
Wouldn't you like to go back to sea?
I'd give my right arm if only they'd hire me on a big schooner just one more time. But for an old sea dog like me, that's not easy, my lad. Anyway, who would take care of the lighthouse then?
Well, we actually know somebody who would.
Never mind, it was just an idea.
But we'll do that with the Paladin, just to show it off. And I might just end up doing those on the live stream. It's not really ideal, but we're running out of time here. It'll be quick to do. I could even do it in post. But all he does is say, go up and take a look at the lighthouse. So these patterns I don't think show up anywhere else. They look kind of out of place here, though. Oh, kind of weird to me. Also, I think you would need some kind of chimney for that. But also, lighthouse isn't very good as just an open brazier, as it were. You need some kind of like glass lens. I'm not sure if that's actually how lighthouses looked in antiquity. But I know that they're very famous for their crazy, wacky lenses.
Who says things like that?
About those missing people. I've been able to rescue some of the missing
Apparently we never
people.
talked about this.
I knew you'd succeed. Then I can finally go about my own business.
Well, you weren't really doing much to help us anyway.
Would you want to leave this island?
More than anything. What have you got in mind?
I found out where the leader of the dragons is hiding. He's on an island, not far from here. I intend to get rid of him for good.
Sounds like a blast. If you can use me, I'm in. Couldn't you use a teacher for dexterity or combat with one-handed weapons on your journey?
And we've already got somebody to do both.
I knew I could rely on you. We're all going to meet at the ship.
A man of action. That's what I like. See you later.
Alright, so we got the crew together. Let's think. Is there anybody I missed? There'd be nobody else at the farm, nobody in the valley.
It's gonna get even worse.
You only get Vatras and Milty as mages. There's nobody else in town.
And he works all day too.
I think that's it. So now
You don't say.
we can actually chat with this guy.
Hey, you! What are you asking?
What can I ask? I'd be glad to get away from here. I help you and you take me along. A hand for a bunk.
Why would I take you along?
Quite simply because you need me. Well, I was a lieutenant with the Royal Navy. I've served as a Marine on the King Robar, and the pride of Mirtana. In the Battle of the Eastern Archipelago, I single-handedly sent 24 orcs back to Beliar's realm. Unfortunately, there were too few of us after our flagship sank, and we were forced to retreat.
Why are you here then?
The fleet is routed, and the payroll coffers are empty. After my discharge,
After.
I wound up stranded in this dump, and I'm looking for a new berth.
Well, what can you do?
I'm trained for boarding and close combat. Plus, I'm a passable shot with the ship's cannon. I bet there's a thing or two that I can teach you on the trip.
The journey may be perilous.
I'm used to danger. When you're out there, every day is dangerous. The next storm could be your death, and the monsters of the deep could swallow your ship whole. And I don't need to mention the orcish galleys, do I? Believe me, there's nothing I'm afraid of. A sailor who's afraid is already dead.
I'm a bit suspicious that we haven't seen your face around here before. There's no way you just got stranded here, given no ships have come or gone. But who can say no to a name like Mario? Certainly someone like that can always be trusted.
I can always use good people.
Sure thing. I'll see you on the ship.
Alrighty. I feel like I usually run into the problem where there's somebody I can't take, but I think that's only when I tried to get everybody. The two we're leaving behind, of course, are Wolf and Biff. And at this point, we couldn't get either of them. And I think that's why I usually have the trouble, because in the live streams, I demonstrated that you could take them, and I got upset that I couldn't actually take any of the people, all of the people that I wanted. Because those freeloaders. Basically, all that happens is Wolf just hangs out on the ship. I don't think really offers much. And Biff maybe helps at one point. But in general, none of them are that useful. Neither of them, I mean.
Hey, can you tell me what you are doing here?
I need the ship, so I will take it.
You cannot do that. The ore transport...
The ore in the Valley of Mines is not enough to satisfy the king. I was there. There's nothing more to be had there. Hagen's mission is a farce. The real threat has its roots on an offshore island not far from here. I shall sail there and put an end to it. Either you join me, or I'll have to do away with you. It's your choice.
That's not very magicianly of you.
Sounds as though I have no choice.
Correct.
Well, all right. I shall join you, but only under one condition. When we have finished this business, you will turn the ship back over to me. Understood?
I can live with that.
Then do what you must do. I shall wait here for you.
Oh, so he doesn't join the ship. Okay. I thought he would also join if you had your crew full, but he also takes up a slot. The thing is, he would demand to come with you if he came down here with any slots open. So that's something to bear in mind. So he doesn't come with us now. He would actually be on the ship if we got that far. So all you can do talking to these people now is, well, rob them or tell them to go back. But it's time for us to get going.
Are you ready to take me over to the island?
But certainly. Give me that chart. Great. Then hoist the sails, and we're out of here. You'd better check your gear first. Once we're at sea, there'll be no way back. When you've done that, you should get some sleep. There's a bed made up for you in the captain's quarters. Good night.
Good night. That's kind of funny. I don't know how we would know the bed's made up. And these two paladins here guarding the ship. I don't know if they'd give us shit at this point if we hadn't talked to them already. But yeah, they don't do anything to stop us. They're just here standing guard. So everyone goes and finds their places aboard. At this point, I don't think you can make any of them leave. Yeah. So that's our lot. They're all part of the crew now, for better or for worse. There's a nice comfy bench all the way up here for nobody in particular. Isn't that nice? Well, finally reached it. We've disposed of all the dragons in the valley. We've dealt with most of the threats here. Now we go to face the true enemy. What an adventure it's been, and I'm sure shall continue to be. Who could have thought that this humble little piece of jewelry here made all the difference? We wouldn't have never gotten this far without it. And what an ordeal it was just to get it back into working order. Makes you think, doesn't it? Achoo! Oh shit, I dropped it. Oh no. Oh god, there's no getting that back. Oh, what have I done? Hopefully we don't need it. Well, we dealt with all the dragons, so I'm sure we'll be fine.
Wait a minute.
Alright, so nobody has any more conversation. All we can do, if you haven't looted the ship yet, which we already have, this would be the perfect time to do it. I don't believe that any of the objects carry over when we actually travel, because it ends up being a whole new map and a whole new... This is all just part of the map, so it's not like a separate object. And none of the objects come with us. But all we gotta do is go take a nap here. Now the annoying thing is, it's not actually going and using the bed that advances things. It's just walking into the room. And that chest over there always pissed me off because the cutscene starts before you can actually reach it, so you never get to open it. And the same thing happens once we're on the other side. Yep, there it goes. Damn.